Hello. Okay, guys, so today is the last video of this project, and we are going to finish the responsiveness part of this project. So I'll just take you to the responsiveness, and this is the final project. So if I take you to the user profile section, we already made this much responsive. We already made it this much responsive. You can see that as soon as I reach a smaller screen, it will automatically adapt the changes. Okay, it looks fine, but what my goal was, we were actually stuck in this section. You can see right now it looks very good, but previously we were having something like this, and I actually rewrote the code for this one. Okay, so that's why it's a little bit different, and I was actually making a few mistakes, and I thought that I would share that. So if I make it responsive, you can see that the table looks very good with the labels. Okay, with the labels, so it looks very good, and you can just make it smaller, and then you can see that it goes on the top. Okay, so it looks fine, and on all responsiveness, on all screen, almost on all screens, it would look fine. Okay, but if still there is any screen, you would know how you can make any website responsive till now. Okay, so you can easily make it. So there is a possibility, like for more smaller screens, the website must be more responsive. Like nowadays there are smart watches, so obviously you need to make it responsiveness at that level. But we'll just take it easy. Okay, we'll just take it to some mobile like iPhone SE. Okay, it will be fine. So for iPhone, you can say iPhone SE, you can see that the web page looks fine. Okay, so we'll be covering this section, and we'll be making this section responsive, and this was actually our whole table, and today we made it responsive. Again, we need one more section, that is the if I click on this, I had this summary section, so you can see that it's also responsive. Now you can see that this is also responsive, so it looks great, and the table is also responsive, you can see. And then you can see that we have the subtotal, shipping, tax, and total. So you can see that this format looks really good, and if I close this, it will be closed. Okay. Bro, when you start the backend series for this project, it depends. Like, first of all, like I would have to prepare the complete backend, so it will take some time. But definitely, I'll be creating the separate series of backend, because this is a very potential based project. And if I attach the backend to it, then it will be a complete project. Okay, right now we have covered all the front end part, all the responsiveness part, all the routing part. Everything is covered very properly, and yeah, in future if we attach the backend, we won't be facing any issues. Okay, you can create your own backend, by the way, using Node.js, or you can use PHP, or you can use Firebase also. Like Firebase would be the easiest approach, but I would suggest that go for Node.js or PHP to make it a little bit higher level. Okay, so now we can continue. And one more thing, what I wanted to show you is we also made the responsiveness of the cart section. Okay, we are also going to make the responsiveness of the cart section. So if I visit the cart section, you can see that the cart section now looks something like this, something like this. If I click on next, or if I click on this icon, it will take me to the next page. So you can see that it will ask the delivery address, delivery date. Okay, and then click again. You can see that we are having a responsive payment method section. And then again, in the success container, you can see now we have the view invoice button. So if I click on view invoice, it will show me the invoice of that particular order. Okay, this is the static data, but you can make it dynamic by bringing your own data. Once you click this, okay, some order ID will be generated, and you'll be bringing that order ID data from some API which you have created from your backend. Okay, so we'll be looking into that later on. And one more thing, from this section, from the cart section, if I close the pop-up, it will redirect me to this your order section. Okay, so I'll be using this feature, and I'll be taking you to how you can use this feature. Okay, that is, if I go to cart, it wasn't happening previously. Rahul says hats off to you, sir. यार तुम लोग ना मुझे पढ़ाने नहीं दोगे. Thanks, Rahul. uh, It's just a project, okay. It's thanks for the compliment, but yeah, I love creating projects like these. Okay, so here you can see again, if I take you to the last page, and if I click on this, you can see that we were getting this. Okay, we are going to build this. Okay, we built this pop-up everything, but we didn't actually apply the logic. How can we show in this page? Okay, we were showing this in the your order section of user profile, but in cart section we weren't showing this invoice once the order is placed. But now we are showing this invoice with the order number which I have gotten. Okay, so this is some temporary order number. Again, it was some temporary order number, and you can see that once I close that, it will redirect me to the user profile, your order section. Okay, your order section. So I'll be creating this logic. Okay, so I hope I am clear. And for the source code, you can visit my GitHub profile. Just need to type github.com/VIRA JJ014. Okay, this is my profile. It's double J014. And here you can see in the repository section, we have, where is it? Yeah, this one, Fit Grocery. We have Fit Grocery here, so you can also mark it as a star so that it's available for you in future. And if you don't find this repository, you can search the name here directly. So if I type Fit, and I'll find the repository. So I have a query. I have messaged you. Can you reply me on Instagram? Okay, Salim, I'll reply on Instagram. I was actually a little bit busy today, and today I actually took two sessions. This is my second session, and in the afternoon I took another session for some college. So it's really busy schedule, and I also have to prepare some content for that because public will, you know, so that's why I was a little bit more busy nowadays. And now I'm free, so I'll be looking into your all of your queries on Instagram. I am also a full stack developer, and I know it is not easy to create projects like these. Thanks, yeah. Yeah, it's not easy, but I won't say that it's more difficult because a lot of beginners are also watching these projects. I won't demotivate them because it's actually not much difficult. And if you have achieved some number of good projects, then you would find these things repetitive. Okay, you would find these things repetitive. So you don't feel that it's very difficult. You would find things easy. Okay, yeah, it's fine. We need to make it responsive. We'll make it in 5 minutes. Okay, I didn't actually required much time to make this website responsive. But when I was a beginner, I actually created a, I won't take the name, but yeah, I created a project and it took around 10 or 15 days to just build a single page like this, just a single page, complete responsiveness. But yeah, still, I was a beginner, so I can't say anything. But as a beginner, you will find things really difficult, but then you can become an intermediate level guy. Yeah, you can say that now it's a little bit easy, still difficult, but little bit easy. And once you are habitual of that, then you'll find that, yeah, okay, it's fine. We'll do that. Nothing is difficult then. But I have message yesterday. Okay, I'll see your message. Okay, and if you have your any of your queries, you can message me like this guy. You message me on live chat. You can still ask your doubt in your live chat also. Like it's not compulsory. You have to ask me everything on Instagram. You can ask directly on live chat also. If you still have doubts and you don't feel like it's worth it to share on live chat, you can message me on Instagram at the rate Harshal_3011, or you can message me on LinkedIn Harshal Jain. Okay, and by the way, these are all my technologies which I know, and there are a lot more technologies which I know, but I'm confident about these, so I have just uh, showed off. Okay, all right. So this was the source code. You can access the source code from here. I'll just share this link in live chat. Thanks, Rahul. All right. So in the description, you'll find a link of a paid course by Geeks for Geeks. And if you want to learn full stack development and you want a single course for that, you can check out that course. Nowadays, they are giving some offers. You can see. So you can check out this one. Okay. And it's a paid one. So it's up to you if you want to purchase it, then definitely you can. And it will take you to the advanced level of full stack development using React.js and Node.js. That means the MERN stack. Okay. All right, so let's open the main folder now. I'll just close this one. Okay, this is the final project. This is the final project. But first of all, we need to look into the last video's project. Okay, so I'll just go to the project directory. My C drive is almost full. You can see it happens with me actually. You can see that, yeah, C drive is almost full and other drives are really not even half. What can I do? I can't say anything. Do we need to do changes in code? No, you don't need to do any changes in code. There is a little bit change in the table section. Okay, I'll be explaining what changes are to be made. Okay, I'll write the code again. Don't worry about that. Whatever are the changes, I'll be explaining everything. Don't worry about that. Okay. So in the local list, I have fit grocery. Okay, this was our working folder, and I'll just open it with VS Code, and let's give it some beautiful color so that it looks pleasing to us. Okay, so I have actually used Peacock extension, so you can use these extensions to actually make VS Code look better. Okay, something different. Okay, and I like this view green. Okay, all right. So we'll be starting it with npm start. All right, so in port 3001, it will be started and you can see that it's here. Suppose if I add something to the cart, if I add this to the cart, okay, add to cart, and if I add this to the cart, okay, 20 dairy products, fine, add to cart. Okay, so here you can see that we have overall 24 products with these, and I actually want to make this section responsive. Okay, so I'll just inspect it first, and here you can see it's not at all responsive. You can see that it's all gone. Okay, so we'll be making this section responsive, the shipping container responsive, and let's make a responsive view first. So you can see that it's not looking that great. You can see it's too congested. Okay, so we'll be fixing this today, and also we'll be changing this to the invoice button. Okay, once I click this, I'll be getting the invoice of my placed order, and then if I close that invoice, I'll be redirected to the your order section of user profile. We'll be looking into that, and then after this, I wanted to show you that in the profile section, there is a minor change in the your orders. You can see that we were actually not getting things here. Okay, so first of all, this was the table. Okay, this was the table. So I'll be just rewriting the table. I'll be just rewriting the table so that we can get the changes. Or let me just check what I can do with the original code so that we don't have to make much changes here. Okay, so the table in the user profile section. Okay, you need to visit the your order section. Actually inside user profile we were looking into your order section. So here you can see that we had this table. Okay, so we in the last video, I mean in the second last video, we actually provided the data label to each. Okay, but we are not getting the data label. Okay, we are not getting the data label. If I click on view, sorry, if I make it responsive, you can see that we are not getting the data label. So how to do that? How can I do that? Let's first of all, I'll just rewrite the table. Okay, I'll just make it rewrite this table. Okay, so if I visit on your orders or CSS, and you can see that this is the CSS part. Okay, so I'll just remove everything from this page, just remove everything, and we'll write the clean code. So now you'll be able to see that it looks something like this. So we'll be fixing this again, and we'll be writing things inside this one. It's about Geek Chat app backend in login and sign up screen. Go back option is not working. I think you have not defined some value or error. Game cannot read property of undefined. Okay, I'm stuck. This error. I hope it's small one. Yeah, it's actually a small error, and I guess this is the error with the navigation properties, because go back option always my go back option always contains the navigation properties. So there is a problem with navigation, and make sure you are like there must be some property assigned to it. If there is no property assigned to it, then you have to assign it. Else there must be some error. You can tell me the error which you are getting exactly, like it's displayed in console, right? So you can tell the error also. All right, now it's the professor stuff. Okay, so here you can see that we have your orders table. Okay, your orders table. So I'll be just rewriting this page so that it's great for all of us. Okay, so let's make it normal first. Okay, I'll just make it normal. So I'll just close it, close DevTools. Okay, so this is the normal page, and we'll be fixing this. Okay, so let's visit this again. Do we need to change my source code which you are providing? Yes, you need to change this page, your orders.css section. Okay, you don't need to change anything else. You just need to change this. Okay, and I'll tell you what are the changes. Don't worry about that. Actually, it's about the responsiveness. Okay, so again, the your orders container is same, taking 100% width and some padding, and position is relative, and everything will be in center. Items will be in column. Okay, so now the website will be the items will be in center inside this container. Okay, fine. Now I would say that my your orders table will be having some layout. Okay, I'll say that it will be having border of 1 pixel solid gray, then border collapse will be collapsed so that they don't merge over each other. Okay, it will be single border. Okay, then you can see that I've given 100% width, and then table layout is fixed. Okay, so you can see right now we don't get anything because we actually need some change. Okay, in this page also, I actually need to provide a class name. Okay, so I'll just copy this. I just copy this, copy and paste. Okay, your orders, and just name it your orders table. Okay, that's it. So now you'll be able to see the changes. You can see that changes are also reflected here. Okay, fine. Now after this, I'll say my tr will also be having some border and some background color of gray. Okay, and then some you can see things are here. Okay, so it will again make this whole as you can actually do one thing. If I say inside t head, make this gray, only gray, so only t head it will be gray. Okay, and for normal ones I will be writing the normal part. I will say then for normal ones there will be background color normal one. Okay, so here you can see that the table looks something like this. Then I'll say the th and td will be having some padding. Okay, these are some small css parts. So you can see that th and td are having some padding, and the text align is center, so everything will be in center. You can see everything is now in center, and they have some padding. Okay, now what else do we need to do is I'll say my th will be having some padding and some letter spacing, and text transform will be uppercase. That means the th will be of uppercase. You can see that this is uppercase and some padding. Okay, so now I guess it's fine. Then the td will be having some different padding. It's actually not required. I'll just remove this for a while. Okay, so the td will be having some extra padding and some border, and then border radius, and the text color will be gray. So you can see that these td are actually having text color gray, and again some sizes. Okay, now I'll make my button smaller. Due to that, there is some extra sizes. So I'll say that the button inside my td will be having some margin, and will be having zero margin and some padding, and the font size will be 16. So now you can see that it looks fine because I made the button smaller. Okay, it's actually taking the classes from my btn1. Okay, main btn1 actually, but now we actually targeted it separately and made some changes. Okay, so you can see that the button is way more smaller, and it looks cool. Okay, now I'll say the division inside. Do we have a division? Actually, I will convert this into a division. Okay, just wait for it. I'll just convert it to a division, and again make it a division, because we have two items inside this. First is the status name and also the status icon. Okay, status icon. So again, go to this page, and right now you can see that it's fine. But first of all, I need to make my icons. So again, there are this is the same css which I put before. That is the green dot, yellow dot, and the red dot. Okay, the same css. Just I changed this to a normal one. Okay, I removed the p tag. You can see that previously there was some p tag. I removed that. Okay, but because it's directly, I just targeted them directly. Due to the reason I removed the p tag right now. I made it the division, right? I made a division, so p tag is not here. That's why. So I just targeted them directly. Okay, so now you'll be able to see the icons. Right now we are not able to see the icons. Why is it happening? Because your orders table is targeted properly, fine, but I would say that the division will actually be flexed. I think because of that we are not able to see things. Okay, so I'll say if we have any division, that means we are talking about the status division. We'll be having display of flex. Let's see. So you can see now the buttons icons are visible. Then I'll say justify content will be space between. So now you can see that the space between is here, but I want things align items as center. Okay, so align item center, fine. So you can see now it's something like this. So I guess it's fine, but in the th actually I'll be saying that we'll be having some padding from at least top and bottom 10 pixel 0 pixel. So you can see I'm actually having some padding. And one more thing, the th will I'll actually assign it some background color of green. Okay, that means theme color one, so that it looks better. So you can see that it has green color, and I want the text color to be white. Okay, so now I guess the text color is white. So you can see that it looks something like this, and it looks fine. So you can style table on your own. It's not mandatory to use exactly same stylings. Now we'll be looking into its CSS part, like responsiveness part. Okay, so now you can see that each TD has some data label. Okay, some data label, very important. Each TD has some data label, and also I made the scope as column. Okay, so it's convertible. Okay, so now the important part is that in the your order section, I'll say then that when I reach 1200 pixel, I'll start making my website responsive. I'll start making my table responsive. Since the table is big, that's why we are targeting a larger size, that is 1200 pixel. So once I go below 1200, you can see that it becomes a little bit congested before 1200 pixel. Okay, so I'll be targeting 1200 pixel directly, and we'll be styling at 1200. Okay, 1200. So from 1200, I'll say first of all there will be no border. Okay, there will be no table border. Okay, it's not taking that, just remove it. Okay, it's not taking the property. Okay, let it be. We'll be removing the border from inside. I guess that's, I have given this from inside. Okay, so I'll say that the th will be hidden again. Th will be hidden, so I'll just say border will be none. It will be clipped to 0000, and then height will be 1 pixel, and the margin will be minus. That means it, I want to make it hidden. Okay, so it's actually hidden now. It won't be visible. Okay, so now if I take you to this page, you can see it's not visible. Okay, fine. And then I'll say my tr will be display block. That means they will be shown in a, you can see now things are shown in a block. You can see they are shown in a block. Now I'll say that each td will be taking 100% space. Okay, whole space. That means td will also become a block. Okay, td will also become a block. That means each td will be taking 100%. That means the items will jump to the next line if taking more space. Okay, tdr inside tr. Okay, so each td will be taking 100%. That means other will jump to the next line. So now you can see others jump to the next line, and it looks fine. Okay, so after this I'll say my I'll say that in my TD before, I actually want to show content. Okay, so I'll say that your orders, in your orders, this is very important. So in your orders, we had the TD, right? In TD, we assigned the data label property, right? So I'll say, just show it. Okay, how can we show it? I'll say that before it, I'll show this content. Okay, this content will be what? You can actually show content using css. Okay, so that's a very great attribute here. So attribute, and you need to provide the attribute which you want to show. Okay, so after showing this, I guess it's not visible here. Let's see if it's visible. So you can see that it's visible. Okay, so that's how you can show attributes here, and it looks fine. It looks fine. One more thing, in the division I actually want some gap, so I'll just say that introduce some gap, so that there is some gap between the dot and the status. So you can see there is some gap between the dot and the status, and it looks fine. Okay, so now the table is also responsive, and I don't think we should make it more responsive because it looks cool. Okay, it looks cool. Okay, you can definitely make it more responsive for more smaller sizes like below 200 or something like that, but mostly screens are around this size. Okay, 300 or something. So if I view it in iPhone SE, you can see that it looks something like this. Okay, it looks great, very responsive. Now we'll be okay, so now we'll be looking into the invoice part. That means this part. So you can see as soon as I go beyond, you can see that it does not look great. And also the table part is also gone because I rewrote the CSS, and it's not adopting the CSS because I need to provide separate CSS to this one. Okay, so I'll be redesigning this a bit. So I'll say that go to the order successful container. Okay, I'm talking about this one. Okay, so we'll be making a few changes in this one in the css part. Okay, I'll be assigning some css to this one. Okay, in the responsiveness part. Okay, so now we can continue. And first of all, in the order successful.css, I'll be just comparing one by one all the changes which I needed to make. First of all, order successful will be taking 100% width and height. Okay, fine. Then the confirmation container will be taking some width and height. Okay, fine. Then there is some scroll bar. Scroll bar is tiled. Okay, scroll bar is tiled. Then we had the C1. Okay, we had the C1 from here. Okay, the C1 is from here. So you can see that C1 is also fine. The SVG is also fine. Uh, C2 is also fine. And I guess we actually need to cover up the table. Okay, the cover up the table part. Okay, so we'll be starting with the table part. I'll just say inside C3 we had the table, right? We had the table, so we'll be targeting the table something like this. I'll say border collapse will be collapse and the margin will from top will be 20. Okay, so let's go there, and you can see that the table has now margin from top. Okay, but there is some problem. You can see once I view it on mobile, you can see that the heading is gone. Heading is gone. Okay, so we'll be fixing this. Actually, there is some. If I go back to orders, your orders, okay, your orders. Do one thing, just make it this. Okay, this was the problem. Just make it this. Okay, so now the headings will also be shown. You can see that the now headings are also shown. So I'll just close it first, and I'll reopen it because sometimes these browsers fail to show me things. Okay, so let's make it first of all full view, and then I'll close it, and then I'll open it again. Okay, now it's fine. So here you can see one more thing, and let's make the width as 100%. Now it will be fine. Okay, so in the mobile view, you can see that when I am reaching the mobile view, it's something like this. Okay, it's something like this. So again, I'll say my table in order successful. My table will be having a TR, the TH, and TD, and the P tag will be having no margin. Okay, so now everything will be fine. The P tag inside this will be having no margin. The TD will be having some color. There are no borders. You can see I haven't assigned any borders, so it will be looking something like this. You can see that the TH, that means this one is actually the TR inside the row inside the T head is actually having some background color. That is the green background color, and the text color is white. So you can see it looks something like this. Fine. Then I'll say that if I reach a smaller screen size, I'll just decrease the font size. Okay, because there are no more content. Okay, there is no more content, so I'll just make things smaller. Okay, I won't make it much responsive. I'll just make things smaller. So I'll just say that each division will be taking 100%. Okay, and then you can see that I have actually made the font size of 12 pixels and also made the total container division as 100%. That means if I remove this for now, and if I go to this design, you can see right now it looks fine, but once I reach a smaller size, you can see that this is being congested. Okay, so I want it to take 100% width. Okay, so that there will be spaced between. So now if I look into this, the problem with this one is actually dot total container. Okay, the problem with this one is actually something else. Okay, let's see why it's not taking whole width. If I reload this, if I click on view again, it's not taking the whole width. Let's target that. Let's visit order successful dot js, and here you can see that we had the total container, but inside confirmation container I actually made all the divisions as 45%. Okay, that was the problem. So I'll say that inside confirmation container, um just make all the divisions as 100%. Okay, fine. I guess now it will take, still not taking. Okay, so inside the confirmation container, I'll make all divisions as taking 100%. Let's see. Let's give it a background color of again blue one. Okay, fine. And then what do we need is, are we in 700 even? Okay, yeah, we are in 700. But the problem is that we are not able to get this. Okay, why we are not able to get this? First of all, I removed it. Okay, then we need to target this. So I'll say dot confirmation container. Inside this will be targeted total container. Okay, let's give it a background color of aqua so that it's targeted. So you can see that it's targeted actually. So let's go back to order successful.js. Inside this you can see that okay, we had actually subdivisions. We had subdivisions here. Okay, so how can we tackle that? I'll just say inside total container also, I'll just say all the divisions will be taking 100% width. Okay, so now it's fine. Now it's fine. So you can see now it looks good. And I would say that I won't be removing this because sometimes there is some extra item so that if there is an overflow, there is scrollable section. Okay, so it looks fine, and you can see that the invoice is looking cool. Okay, one more thing, actually wanted to do one thing. You can see that if I make it more smaller, you can see that it's not actually going into next line. So how can I tackle that? Basically you need to visit the C1 section. Inside C1 section, oh I'm sorry, on the C2 section, we had divisions, right? So I'll just say that the C2 sections divisions, C2 sections divisions will be taking each of width 100%. Okay, so each will be taking 100%. You can see now it looks fine. Okay, so you can see that the responsiveness part of this one is done and it looks great. It looks great. So you can see that if I make it visible on iPhone, you can see it looks something like this, and this is fine. Okay, I can also decrease the size if I want. So inside C2 we actually had the p tags, right? Okay, just copy these and paste it here. And I guess 45% is fine, but I would say that the first child will be taking around 12 pixels, okay, and the second child will be taking around 13 pixels, okay. And one more thing I want is you can see that with 45 is fine. So you can see that the size is smaller and looks fine. It looks fine. All right. Okay, fine. So now you can see that this is responsive and we can actually close this invoice. So you can see that if I click on this, this is the invoice. If I click on anything, this is the invoice. Okay. So you can actually do one more thing. If you want, you can definitely remove this scroll bar of right one. So here you can see that if there is overflow in Y, I made it scroll, but if in overflow X, I make it hidden. Okay, so X will be hidden. So if I click on this, you can see the overflow X is hidden and it looks fine. So you can actually remove the overflow X if you want. And one more thing, if you want to decrease the size, again, you can. And suppose if I want to decrease the size of, I want to make it around 10 pixels. Let's see if it works. It's actually not taking 10 pixel. Why it's not taking 10 pixel? Let's see. In order successful container. Um, we actually have this table in C3. In C3, we actually okay, we don't have any p tag here. That's why it's having some issues. Okay, so I'll do one thing inside order successful. Have I given any p tags? Okay, guys, so I'll just change a bit. I'll do one thing. I'll just make it. I'll just make it TD. Okay, TD. I guess it would look fine. Let's target this and let's make it a p tag. Okay, so I'll just control and click everywhere, and then I'll be removing these, then control and click everywhere. Okay, so now I guess it will be fine, and you can see now the size is smaller. Okay, because now we have targeted the p tag inside order successful. Okay, this one. So now I guess the size is smaller and it looks fine. You can also decrease the size of this total one also. So you can say that the total container p tags will also be smaller. So So you can see now they are smaller also. So you can target the CSS something like this. Okay, I hope this works and this is fine enough for you all. We can actually make it also 10. Yes. So this is the invoice and it looks fine. We can do one thing. I'll say text align right will be fine. So you can see now it will be looking, it will be something from right. So it looks symmetric. Okay, it looks symmetric. So I think this is it. And now we can close this section. Now we need to work on the cart section finally. So we'll be working really fast on this section. So first of all, cart section has a header. Okay, top header. Okay, so I'll be saying that in the responsiveness part you can see till around 800 900 it looks fine, but after that it looks messy. Okay, so how we'll be targeting this? First of all, we need to visit the cart section. Cart section is in the pages. We have the cart section. So cart section actually has a header. You can see it has a header named as progress. So we'll be targeting this progress one. Okay, and we'll be saying that this progress container, when the media screen is 800, I'll just make its width, whole outer containers width as 95%. So now you'll be able to see whole width. Okay, so let's first close this. Then I'll open it again. And then you can see that once I reach 800, you can see that it's taking 95%. Okay, that's what I wanted to show you. Then one more thing, I'll say that when I reach 400, I'll decrease the size of my text and the font. Okay, I've decreased the size of my text and also the SVG 2020 for the SVG, and the font size is 12 pixels, and the width will be again 95%. So if you want to remove, then you can. Okay, so now if I go to a smaller size, you can see that for 400 it would become smaller. Okay, but we need to target these also first. Okay, so we'll be targeting this second section. Okay, that means what is the other section? In the cart, again you need to target the cart container section. Okay, that means this section. Okay, I have assigned separate CSS so that it's easier for us to style this actually. Okay, again I'll say that once I reach 900 pixel, I would say my cart container will be taking 95% width, 95% width, and then I'll say my table cart item row will be of having lesser font size. That means I'll decrease the font size, and the product will be fit content. Okay, so I'll just say cart product will be taking fit content. That means previously it was actually taking, you can see it was taking a too much space. The first container is actually taking too much space, but now I said that the product container will be taking that much space which is required. Okay, not more than that. So you can see that now it looks fine. It looks fine, but below 600 you can see it looks a bit congested. Okay, so we need to say that decrease the congestedness. So I'll say that below 600 pixel, below 600 pixel, I'll say that table won't be having. Okay, so first of all, I need to provide some parameters to this one. So first of all, you need to visit the order section, cart section. Okay, in cart section we have this table, right? So this table must actually have some parameters here. Okay, so we'll be targeting this table and we'll be giving it some parameters. That is, the first is the data label. Okay, so the data label of first one will be product. Okay, let's give it a data label of product, and then second one will be having data label of quantity, and the third one will be having a data label of price, and the fourth one will be having data label of remove. Okay, I guess that's it. And now we can go back to the CSS part, cart container. Okay, so here I would say in cart container, I would say first of all my head won't be shown. Okay, table head won't be shown. So here you can say that dot cart container, inside dot cart container I'll be styling it. Okay, so once I reach 600 you can see that the header is gone. Okay, header is gone. Now I'll be making the tr and td as blocks so that they are in a row. Okay, they are in a row. So again here you'll say the tr and td are blocks so that they are in a row. So you can see that tr is and something like this, and then I said that td will be display flex. That means whole width will be taken as justify content is space between and text line is right. So now you can see that it looks something like this. Okay, Okay, let's see what's the problem here. You can see that it's fine, but we need to make a few more changes. Okay, so I'll say that TD before is having some data label. So again, I'll provide the data label attribute as the content, and it will be floating left, and the text transform will be uppercase. So now you can see that it looks fine because here we have the content. That's why there is space between. Okay, then I would say that the if I go to the bottom, okay, it looks fine. So you can see it looks fine, and then we need to can see that this is looking fine. Okay, so you can see that this is responsive, and now we can work with this. Okay, so now in the shipping section we need to make this shipping section responsive. So I'll just say go to the shipping container, go to the shipping container, and I'll again say that the whole container will be taking 95% width, and the previous previous is what? Previous is this section, that is this one. Okay, so basically this is the previous saved address. Okay, it will take 95% width. Okay, so I'll just say all sections will be taking 95% width, and that will work. Okay, so shipping address container will be taking 95% width, 95% width. These previous will be taking 95%, and this automatically takes 95%. Okay, so you can see that it's responsive. I don't think we need to make it more responsive. Okay, so it looks fine, and below 300, if you want to make, you can make it more responsive. Okay, so if I go to the payment section, and for a lesser size, you can see that it looks bad. So what we'll do is, again, in the payment container, again, I'll say that if I go below 800, I'll say that my whole width will be 95%, and then I'll say my items inside this one, okay, will be taking 90% width. That means C1 is actually my items. Okay, that means the payment values, PayPal, COD, other kinds. Okay, so all three will be inside the C1. Okay, so I said that C1 will be taking overall of 90% weight. So now you can see that they are spaced properly. Okay, they are spaced properly. Okay, so now you can see one more thing. How is this taking whole width? So you can see that actually I have given C2, that is each container to take 90% width. So each container is taking 90% width. Okay, so you can see that it looks fine. And one more thing, I'll just say flex direction is row. I hope it works. Okay, it won't work because of the reason of inner items. Okay, let it be. So you can see that it looks fine. And then I guess that's it. That's it. And you can see, yeah, it looks fine. It looks fine. Okay, so what else do we need is, then we need to target the success container. You can see that the success container does not look great. So in cart.css, we actually have this. I don't, okay, we actually have this order successful uh, page. So here, this in this page, we'll be making it responsive. So I'll just say that whole container will be taking again 95%, and the SVG will be of lesser size. Okay, so now you can see that SVG is of lesser size. One more thing, I want smaller my head one. Okay, so I'll be going to the index.css. Okay, not index.css, we'll be going to app.css. Here we have my head one. Okay, so I'll just say at the rate media screen around 768. I'll just decrease the my head one size. Okay, so you can see that if I go to this section, you can see my head is smaller. Okay, now fine, then I'll be showing the final page, that is the invoice page. That is the invoice page. How will be showing the invoice page? Like, suppose if I am creating the button here in the cart.js, I'll just say once the order is placed, I'll be showing a few steps here. Well, first of all, we were showing icon. Okay, then we'll be showing some you can show actually more details. Okay, you can actually show more details, something like this. Yeah, or your order has been placed successfully, thank you for shopping with us, and so on. Okay, so I'll say that it will be giving us a message of thank you for shopping with us, and then we'll be also getting a span tag, which will actually be returning the order ID. This is very important because you will get this order ID from backend. Once you place the order, this page will be displayed, and this order ID will be coming from backend. Okay, will be coming from backend. So now you can actually do one thing. Once order is placed, so you need to show the view invoice button. View invoice button. So you can see that I'm getting the view invoice, and this looks fine. Okay, after this, After this, what else do we need to do is we need to actually click this so that we are able to see the invoice. So just recall, how are we able to see the invoice? Very easily, we will go to your order section, and here you can see we actually had two parameters. First of all is the selected order ID, and second one is the order success container visibility. Okay, so in cart.js, I'll be showing these again. I'll be showing these again, and just import recoil state control space and also the order successful control space. Okay, so it will be imported from the paths which I have provided. Okay, now I guess it's fine, and we need to import use state also. Okay, so now you can see it's fine. After this, I would say that again in your orders page, you can see that I have actually shown it based on this. Okay, based on this. So here you can again go back to the cart.js, and you can show this. You can show this anywhere. Okay, so here you can see that I am displaying a message. So here you can say that order placed successfully, comma order ID. Okay, so it will be displayed something like this. Let's see that if it looks beautiful or not, else we would change it. Okay, else we would change it. Okay, so you can see that this is order placed successfully, and order successful is not defined because this is the container which we haven't imported. So just import it, control space, and import it. Okay, so this is the component which we have created for pop-up. Okay, so now I guess it's fine, and then I would say that once I am able to see this, okay, one more thing is required, is that there is a parameter. Okay, there is a parameter actually. So if I go to the order successful container, in order section we have order successful. Okay, so here you can see that we actually don't have a parameter right here, but we actually need a parameter. Okay, so redirect to. Okay, I'll be calling this parameter, and I'll say that if redirect to parameter is, just cut this first, and then I'll say that if redirect to parameter equals uh, suppose user orders. Okay, suppose this is the parameter, then I'll be redirecting to which page? User slash orders page. Okay, which page? Let me take you to the page. In the profile we'll be showing this page. Okay, we'll be redirecting to this page. Okay, like once I close the pop-up, I'll be redirecting to this page. So this is the smallest trick, and I'll just say window dot location dot href. Okay, inside this you will be showing this slash user slash orders. Okay, once you close this pop-up, you will be redirected to this one. Okay, so now from, I'll be copying this, then in card.js I have to provide this. Okay, so I'll just say that redirect to is, I want to redirect to user orders, and that's it. Okay, so now you'll be able to see the magic. Once you click this, okay, once you click this, you'll say you'll say that first of all, selected order ID will become suppose around 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, whatever order ID you are getting from backend, and then you say we need to show this order success container. Okay, so I'll just say set order success container as true. Okay, so now you'll be able to see things here. Okay, so let's visit the card again, and then if I go to the last section and if I click on view invoice, I guess there is some problem here. What's the problem? Okay, let's go to the console section. Okay, console section would be really helpful. So in console section, you can see set select order ID is not a function. Okay, on click. Okay, actually, okay. Yes, that's the problem. So you need to say set selected order ID is 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so now it will be fine, and let's show the invoice, view invoice, so you can see now it's visible. Okay, with the order ID 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, we actually need to make a few more changes here, and those changes are actually, like, if we are actually showing the message here, we are actually showing the message here, so I want things in center. Okay, so how can I bring that? go to order section, and we were displaying the message at the top. Message was actually inside this one. Okay, so we have the h2 tag inside confirmation container c1. Okay, so inside c1 we'll be looking for h2 tag. Okay, so we don't have any h2 tag targeted here, so I'll be just copying this, and then the h2 tag will be having text align as center. Okay, so now they will be in center. Okay, if there is overflow, it will be in center. So you can see that it looks cool, and now I guess this is fine. You can also decrease the size if you want, but I guess it's fine. Okay, so I'll just copy this again, and then I will go to this section. I'll say that the font size will be 20 pixel would be fine. So now you can see that for a bigger screen, the size is smaller. Size is smaller. For a smaller screen, the size is smaller. Okay, so you can see that it looks fine. All right. So now you can see that the website is totally responsive. Okay, we made the complete website responsive. If I click on this, I'll be able to see the summary. And if I close this, cannot appear. Okay, there is some problem with this. Okay, let's see what's the problem. Okay, so if I click on view and if I click on close, the problem is that we are not able to hide this one. Okay, the problem is that we are not able to hide this one. Okay, so if I close this container, order successful container, I have just read. Okay, just one more thing. You need to make the display as false also. Okay, so set order success container as false. Okay, you need to make it false also. So now it's fine. So you can see that if I click on anyone, it looks, or it opens up, it closes. If I go to the card section, final page, you can see that the order is placed successfully. If I click on view invoice, the invoice is shown here. It's also responsive. And if I close this, it will be redirected to the your orders page. Okay, so you can see that our project is completed. The whole front end part is completed, and with responsiveness, complete responsiveness. So this was it for this series. Hi, Mani Kumar Shorts. Thanks for spamming. Sometimes I like spamming. Okay, so I'll just upload the source code now on GitHub. For that, you just need to type git add, git commit, git push. Okay, git add, git commit, final day. Okay, final day, and then git push. So the whole source code is being uploaded on GitHub, and let's go to my GitHub profile. Here you'll find the repository. So you just need to visit github.com/virajj014. Inside this, you can follow me here if you want. In the repository section, you'll find fit grocery. Okay, so you can also mark it as a star. The whole source code is available here. And if you don't find this repository, you can search the name here, fit grocery. Okay, I hope I'm clear with this. And do check out this one. You can use this source code for reference. If you're building your own e-commerce platform, you can definitely use this. And the live link is also available here. So in the very first video, where is the first video? It's actually available in Geeks for Geeks development channel. I'll take you to that. It's available in this channel, Geeks for Geeks development channel, the channel which you are watching this live stream. In the playlist section, you need to go to the reactjs projects, and all the videos are available here. Okay, with exact explanation. I have explained everything from beginner level to intermediate level. Okay, every basics are covered for reactjs. If you are looking for a one project which will actually trigger all your react.js concepts, you can watch this is a very great project. Okay, so this project is completed, and whole responsiveness, whole front end part is completed. For the backend part, we'll be building a separate playlist which will include, most probably, which will include node.js backend and mongodb database. Okay, so I hope I am clear with this. You can check out this playlist for whole videos. Okay, and if you want to see the deployment part, how I have deployed on Vercel, you can check out the first video. Okay, this first video, you'll be knowing how you can deploy on Vercel for free. Okay, I have deployed my website on this URL for free. Okay, and it's really fast. really fast. You can see that it's really fast and it's totally responsive. Okay, it's completely responsive. The whole source code is automatically updated. Okay, because I have explained you the approach how you can automatically update it. Okay, it's automatically updated on Vercel once we push changes on GitHub. Okay, so right now it's giving a yellow sign, that means it's updating. But once it's showing this tick, that means it's updated on Vercel also. Okay, so you can see that all changes are also available on Vercel. You can check out this link, and this link is also available on my GitHub profile. So I'll just share this on live chat also. You just need to type fit-grocery.vercel.app. That's it. That's the URL path which you need to type. Okay, fit-grocery.vercel.app. Okay, so I hope I am clear with this. And again, if you have any doubts, you can ask me in any of my videos, or you can message me on Instagram at the rate Harshal_3011. You can message me on LinkedIn also, Harshal Jain. Okay, so that's it for today. And in the description, you'll find a link of a paid course provided by Geeks for Geeks. So this is a course for full stack development. So if you want to become full stack developer and you want to learn all things at one course, so you can check out this course. Okay, right now there is some offer, so you can check out these offers also. And you can see that we are getting additional 25% offer. Okay, so you can check out this course, and this is a very great course. So if you want to purchase it, then definitely you can. All right, so I hope this project was clear and it was a fun project for all of us. So we'll be also building very awesome projects later on. So please give me suggestions in the comment section. What else projects should we build in future, like in upcoming series? Because right now I don't have much idea what projects do you guys want. Okay, so you can give me suggestions on the comment section. What projects you want regarding React.js or any backend or using React Native or blockchain. If you want any technology, I am here. I'll explain everything. Okay. So that's it for today, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, say have a good day. Bye bye.